isn't this potentially disrupting that healthy pressure on China?
Well, I think it could be, James. One thing I'm convinced of is that the rest of the world is secretly hoping that the U.S. succeeds in putting the pressure on China to get them to come clean with their theft of intellectual property, with their trade violations that repeatedly make it difficult for not just American companies, but companies all over the world to succeed because China keeps cheating the trade deals. At some point, you got to stand up to these bullies. And if you don't, we're going to get more of it. And that's what I think a lot of people are frustrated with, is that China has continued to cheat.
But the danger is, Governor, it's Dagan McDowell, that we fought long and hard to negotiate the new NAFTA, the USMCA, and then the president with this tariff threat on Mexico. As James pointed out, so Mexico is where we've inked this new trade deal. Companies are moving production there, and then you step all over it and risk not getting it ratified because of these tariffs.
But you also risk, Dagan, the greater threat of having people just pour into the United States from God knows where, not just from Central and South America, but from anywhere, because it's easier than getting an airline ticket and a passport. So do we
Well,
really
then why did we do the new USMCA? Then why did we do the new USMCA then? Why wasn't that the priority? And again, the president's made Mexico the enemy and not the Democrats. It's the Democrats' fault that they haven't reformed the asylum system.
But it's the only weapon he's got. What's he going to do? Put Nancy Pelosi in jail? He can't do that.
Well, it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that, Governor, because House Speaker Pelosi now says she wants to see the president, quote, in prison for his alleged crimes. Nancy Pelosi said this yesterday. Your reaction?
Yeah, maybe they can get cells next to each other. I mean, that's absurd. And that's why nothing's getting done, because the Democrats right now, with all due respect to them, they're so much more interested in defeating Donald Trump than in saving this nation. And there ought to be a time when people put their politics aside to solve a genuine emergency. Imagine if back in 1944, people in Congress said, nope, we're not going to support the president. We're not going to support our troops. The world would be a different place today if people had put politics above the principles of freedom and a sense of responsibility.
Yeah, and it's a good point. We'll get Robert Wolf here on set. How do you see this, Robert? I mean, why is it that this hatred for the president is so deep that they just refuse to get anything done? How do you see this?
Listen, I think this polarized